You have a rare perspective on Sean Iguana because he's from Hawaii, you're from Hawaii. What have you thought about just kind of what he's brought to the team, the Ohana stuff that he talks about, and how that might work with this group?
Oh yeah, I think especially for this group of guys, I feel like we're so close already. We were kind of had that Ohana perspective of the team before he brought it in there, like more out loud. We're just such a tight group, and like he doesn't want us to turn our backs on each other, like since it's not going our way. We just keep a tight group, and I like how on Sunday we had that we had a dinner with the coaches and their families, and just like we weren't talking about football, we were just like talking to each other about life and how everything's going, and just keeping that tight bond. Because good teams are good teams. You got to be good friends and keep each other like brothers.
He seems to be a little more sort of accountability, or maybe a little more discipline, running and guys not being able to be late to things or whatever. When that's the case, but then he's also doing the dinners and other stuff. Does that like bridge the gap between discipline and showing you guys love, or like in a way that works? Do you think?
I mean, as a player's perspective on my end, I feel like it's all just showing love because like as a guy that's been here for 3-4 years, I feel like I have to get out there early for practice to start warming up and like be on my A game, because once practice starts, we're just thrown into there like as soon as we go. So we kind of need that time to warm up, and some guys don't do that, but I feel like it'll be better for us. So I think that like being on time before to roll out and stretch and all that stuff is like building these guys to like show like what you need to do before you go out there and practice, and then that ends up good. It's going to show up on the game for sure.
So his personality or his style is something that you think is a benefit to this team?
I think it's a great benefit to show these guys what you have to do in order to play good on game days. Is you got to prepare, and every day we've been preparing. Like he opened up the meeting rooms at 6:30 and opened up breakfast at 6 o'clock, and we have guys coming in early to watch film before we watch film with our coaches. So then when coach shows it, he's like we're ready for like what we're seeing on film. We're ready to like go and do that at practice now.
USC 2 years ago, there was nobody in the stands. So this is going to be a totally different environment for you than you've experienced there. So what are you looking forward to or expect to get with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited because 2 years ago in the Coliseum was my first start. So that was, it's going to be fun to go back there with fans and see how we compete with these guys.
Anything in particular you're looking forward to with that? Like just the different vibe or atmosphere, or playing in that building with fans? Or?
I want to see how many fans they can bring, and I know that we're California heavy on this team, so I want to see how much fans we got to pack the Coliseum. So it'll be fun to see that.
I just wanted to circle back to this. Coach Guano mentioned Monday about sort of the best way of approaching this team, this USC team with such a great offense, is to try and keep them off the field, to extend your guys' drives, take up the clock and things of that nature. What are some of the things that have been emphasis for you guys this week?
A lot of finishing, you guys probably heard a lot of the coaches saying like run to the ball for the defense, and he wants the offense to finish, and especially the O-line, we got to finish our blocks because sometimes there's not going to be that big gap there, but if X is running through that gap and I finish my block, then he can still have a chance to break it right through. So if we finish our blocks, that'll be a couple extra yards that we get to extend our drives and to keep the ball in our hands, to break down that clock, keep the ball out of their hands, because they have a high-powered offense, so we want the ball in our hands for as long as possible and wear them out.
Is it purely execution, like to get yourself into better third down, more manageable third down situations on first and second downs?
Oh, most definitely. Because, I mean, in the past couple games, we've been calling good plays on first and second down. We just haven't been executing them to our full standard. So it's just having to execute those first, second down plays that, a lot of them aren't supposed to be like they're not going to be shot plays all the time. So, you just got to get those 4 or 5 yards and keep stacking those plays, like Iguana wants us to stack our practices. We want to stack our plays too. So, yeah, keep the ball in their hands and just keep going.